Hi all, welcome back. This is Anish from Anish Data Lab. In this video, we will have a small discussion about some of the myths surrounding the SQL versus NoSQL debate. SQL has been ruling the data storage environment for a very long time, and rightfully so. It solved almost every requirement that a developer had regarding data storage. But with the emergence of social media and IoT, things changed a bit. The rigid data structure mandated by SQL became a bottleneck. Technologists solved this issue by removing the rigid data structure requirements and made a new database type called NoSQL. And then the debate started, which is better. We will try and analyze some of the myths surrounding the same today. Myth number 1. NoSQL does not require any data modeling. This is wrong. Relational databases are designed with storage optimization in mind. Hence, it comes with normalization principles to avoid data redundancy. Relational databases enforce a data structure to be created before the data can be populated. This ensures we have a data modeling exercise earlier in the life cycle of the application. However, by the time NoSQL emerged, storage became cheaper. So the priority shifted to optimizing CPU and RAM, thus improving performance. NoSQL allows you to start storing data without a data structure being defined. The structure of the data can even be different between records of the same entity as well. This leniency given by NoSQL is often misunderstood. Let me explain that with an example. A person's contact details in SQL database might end up in 3 tables. A parent table with basic demographics information, a child table with address information, and another child table with phone numbers. When only the name of that person has to be displayed, data can be fetched only from the demographics table. When address needs to be displayed, I can hit the address table. In a typical NoSQL environment, people will tend to put all this information into a single record. This will cause the whole record to be fetched even when a simple name has to be displayed, thus degrading the performance. So if we don't carefully plan our data model, even in a NoSQL environment, we might end up with serious performance implications. Thus, even though the NoSQL database does not enforce you to have a data structure before you put in the data, you need to do a diligent data modeling for 2 reasons. 1. Lack of a structured query language can make a bad data model perform much worse. 2. With more freedom with your data structure, you tend to make more mistakes. So a data model is required in a NoSQL environment. Myth number 2. NoSQL is faster than SQL. This is not always true. SQL and NoSQL have completely different architecture for data storage. SQL stores data as records in tables referenced by primary key, which is a clustered index. Non-clustered indexes are also available for queries using columns other than the primary key. NoSQL stores data more or less as values for keys. But queries which use fields other than the reference key in NoSQL, in some NoSQL databases they do not exist. In other databases they do not perform as good as SQL. So in terms of performance, NoSQL can be a liability than an asset if the data modeling exercise is not done diligently. Myth number 3. Scaling up is much easier in NoSQL than SQL. It's partially true. The actual question is, how many applications will need to scale up to the level that SQL cannot handle it? Unless it is a very large application, there will not be much significant difference between SQL and NoSQL scaling up costs. SQL by default was designed to work on a single node. But of late, SQL databases have features which helps in sharding and data partitions. In effect, for majority of the applications, SQL and NoSQL will not make much of a visible difference in terms of scaling up. Myth number 4. NoSQL systems are more flexible with data structure changes than SQL systems. This is not true. NoSQL databases do not enforce a rigid data structure, but practically an application cannot perform if every record in the same entity has got different data structure. Moreover, the absence of normalization principles will result in the same data elements being present in multiple records in different forms. So, even though a NoSQL database is tolerant to data model changes, it requires careful attention and planning to make these changes. This is similar or possibly more than the effort required to make such changes in a SQL database. Myth number 5. NoSQL is required for high availability configuration. It is not true. High availability is usually achieved by having multiple replicas of the data distributed across multiple nodes in a cluster. NoSQL by design is expected to perform that way. SQL, on the other hand, was expected to work on a single node. But these two disciplines have been learning a lot from each other. SQL databases have been implementing some of the high availability features. Read-write partitions, horizontal or vertical partitions, data mirroring are some of them. This has resulted in SQL databases being capable of handling high available deployments. Myth number 6. NoSQL databases do not offer consistency. This is not true. Similar to SQL databases implementing high availability features, NoSQL have been learning as well. Many of them have configurations and parameters to implement consistency. A few of them have consistency built in, a few others have configurable consistency. One thing is clear from all these. The lines between the SQL and NoSQL are blurring very fast. SQL databases have started implementing the NoSQL features like high availability partitions, data replication, handling JSON data. NoSQL databases have started implementing transactions. Some of them have configurable consistency. Whether we realize it or not, the databases or these products are learning from each other. So a typical application cannot live either with a SQL database or a NoSQL database alone. It can use multiple databases for specific use cases. For example, SQL to handle financial data, graph databases to handle relationships, documents to contain nested data, and key value store for application cache, etc. Choosing a database has become similar to buying a car. Almost all brands offer all basic features. But you buy one based on how many special features they provide. Is it value for money? And of course, how deep my pocket is. Hence, the question is not which database is right. The right question is, which database is right for my use case? If you enjoyed this video, do like and subscribe, and more importantly, stay safe.